Somebody asked me the other day, said, Pochop, you don't believe in any government at all? Don't you think that some government is legitimate? That you got to have government? And I got to thinking about it, and I said, you know what, let me get back to you on that. So I waited a couple days and everything, thinking about that and pondering that. And I come up with this thing. Yes, you could have a legitimate government, and that only one government is legitimate. And that, my friends, is self-government. Collective government, on the other hand, is terrible. That includes democracy, representative democracy, for like communism, socialism, all the other isms, all them. They're illegitimate because every one of them declares that they have a monopoly on force to make people do whatever the hell they want. Now, they try to write in there and scribble on a piece of paper and set limits here, limits there, but as we know from history, those limits are just bullshit. Look at the U.S. Constitution. It's been, quote-unquote, trampled on and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And the Supreme Court's ruled this way and that way and everything, and now our liberties are just about gone. Right? Well, self-government means just one thing. Kind of like Jesus said, do unto others not, how you want to get done to. And that kind of thing. In other words, do whatever you want as long as it don't harm nobody else. And forgive those a little bit when they trespass and all, but you have the right to defend yourself in any means necessary. Now, that doesn't mean it's going to be a perfect society or nothing, but look at what we got now. This society's all screwed up, if you know what I mean. Dogs and cats living together, and gay people's in the screw walls, and dressed transgenderist and all kinds of crazy stuff, BLMs and all that kind of stuff, because everybody's begging for the government to do something. Government, use your force to force people to love me and force people to pay me and force me to enforce and build parks and build. I want the government to do this and that because they have the force to do anything, which is not legitimate. It's not legitimate in any way. So the only legitimate government is self-government. That doesn't mean that everybody's going to abide by those rules. So that's where, if somebody comes at you with a gun or something, you got to protect yourself. That's where your personal responsibility is to defend yourself, your property, your kids, all that kind of business. And then you could hire somebody, or hire security or something like that, but you don't need to force nobody else to secure you. And you don't need to force everybody to pay the road in front of your house. All that can be done collectively, but voluntarily. The only legitimate form of government on this planet is self-government. Everything else is illegitimate. Anyway, that's the thing for today. This here is Pochop. Think about things, y'all. It ain't what it's supposed to be. Anyway, we'll see y'all later. Pochop. Bye. See ya.